from the station that's on your side. This is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
After LeBron James' son Bronny collapsed in practice yesterday afternoon, updates have been coming in today. We have the latest on his health coming up. But first, it has been a month since the Bell Auditorium closed for construction. Now the James Brown Arena waits for its fate in November. The Coliseum Authority says they're hoping 40% of the new arena will be paid for by people outside of Richmond County through sales tax if that's approved in November. And today they held a meeting and gave Alyssa Lyons an update on the progress they've made on the Bell.
This is a sound you can't escape downtown. The Bell Auditorium's framing is going up, and half of the first floor is expected to be complete next month.
It is an old building, but I can tell you at this point, we're going vertical, so if anybody wants to ride by, it's pretty exciting, and we're on budget, on time right now.
They also decided to move forward with designing a sitting area in the second floor lobby of the Bell, all which Brad Ussery says will enhance the entertainment experience.
And once we build a new arena, they will connect. So we're talking about the second floor of the Bell, that will be a connection to the new arena. So putting those benches and places for people to congregate in the Bell lobby is going to mean a lot once you see it tied to the new arena.
November is coming up quick. That's when voters will decide whether the James Brown Arena will see the same treatment the Bell is currently getting.
This is the biggest project in the city of Augusta's history. And what's great about this project, 40% of this is paid for by people outside Richmond County, right? It's going to create 600 jobs and $1.5 billion in direct and indirect spending. So it's probably a bargain at $250 million.
Ussery plans on leaving his door open until voters check yes or no.
We're going to give people the facts, and we feel very strong that the benefits to the community, far outweigh any negatives. I mean, I don't know any negatives. So, I mean, it's just, we got to educate people, and then people got to make their own decision.
In Augusta, Alyssa Lyons on your side.
In addition to that, half of the first floor, the new dressing rooms and utilities are supposed to finish next month. Taking a look outside as a lot of kids get up for day 2 of school, they are wondering what the bus stop forecast is going to look like, Riley.
Looking very similar.
Bronny James, son of NBA superstar LeBron James, is recovering after a health scare on the basketball court. Danya Backus has the latest from Los Angeles.
Bronny James' family spokesperson says the 18-year-old suffered cardiac arrest when he collapsed during basketball practice Monday at the University of Southern California. A cardiologist points out cardiac arrest is not the same thing as a heart attack.
They're not having a coronary event. They're just, for whatever reason, the heart goes into an abnormal rhythm, ventricular fibrillation, and they lose consciousness, and something has to be done right away.
Dr. Mitchell Alpert of the Jersey Shore University Medical Center at Neptune says quick action by USC medical staff using an automated external defibrillator, or AED, is likely the reason the 18-year-old is out of the ICU and in stable condition today.
He was supervised with the experts. They probably shocked him within 1 minute, brought him back, and he looks like he's going to be fine. At least that's the initial impressions.
Well wishes for the incoming USC freshmen are pouring in from across the sports world. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, who went into sudden cardiac arrest after taking a hit during a game last fall, tweeted his prayers and support for the James family. Former Lakers star, coach, and co-owner Magic Johnson also turned to social media to wish James a speedy recovery.
I think everyone's just happy that he got to the hospital, and everyone's thoughts are with him and the James family to make sure he's okay.
Bronny James was one of the country's top high school players. He declared his preference to play for USC in May. His father, NBA legend LeBron James, has said he hopes to someday play in the league with his son. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Cardiologists say it could be months before they determine exactly what caused James to go into cardiac arrest. Bronny James' family is thanking the medical staff at USC for their quick action and is asking for privacy. Deputies found and arrested one of the men wanted for the murder of John Ballot earlier today. Deputies arrested Thomas Gwynn at Grove Park Court. They found him based on a tip from the public. He's facing a murder charge. Aiken officials are still looking for Michael Williams Jr., who is also accused of murder. Dashcam video shows tense moments during a high-speed chase involving a Fayetteville police officer. Officers clocked the suspect doing over 100 miles an hour before they performed a pit maneuver to stop him. Hopkins is the ex-boyfriend and accused killer of a 19-year-old. Investigators said Hopkins started shooting at police once he got out of the car, and they used pepper spray to try to get him to surrender. Officers say they found Jones dead in the car. A South Carolina convenience store owner charged with murdering a teen in court today. Rick Chow is accused of shooting 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton in the back after falsely accusing him of shoplifting bottles of water. Chow's attorneys are not happy about a search warrant for Chow's home and his business, including laptops and banking records. The state argued they needed to look for store policies on shoplifting that Chow's wife mentioned. The defense said it's not in writing, and that was a miscommunication.
This is confusion, failure to do the simplest thing in the world, call the cooperating attorney and get the information.
The judge said he would rule on the issue next week. Rick Chow is still awaiting a bond hearing on the murder charge. The guy accused of opening fire in a Texas medical clinic today is in critical condition. Police shot him after a brief chase. Police in Cedar Hill say the suspect shot inside a medical clinic, hitting a man. They found him outside the clinic and took him to the hospital. But police said the suspect was carrying a long gun and took off in his car after opening fire. 5 officers followed and caught him.
The suspect was removed from the vehicle, and officers began life-saving measures until EMS arrived.
None of those officers were hurt, thankfully. UPS and its workers reached a deal to avoid a strike. Could have caused a major disruption to the U.S. economy. The tentative agreement comes less than a week before the current contract is set to expire. Teamsters called the deal historic. It includes higher wages for workers and the promise of air conditioning for all trucks after the first of the year.
I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief that it's not going to happen. A strike in this magnitude with the volume that they handle, we don't have enough alternatives. So first, costs would have gone up, delays would have increased in terms of products.
Union members still have to approve the deal. Profits at UPS have grown more than 140% since the last contract, before the pandemic significantly changed how households shop. 3 Marines found dead inside a car at a convenience store in North Carolina on Sunday. They were all stationed at Camp Lejeune. Deputies were called to a convenience store Sunday morning to investigate a report of a missing person and found the bodies. Officials do not think foul play is suspected in the deaths, but they didn't find any drugs in the vehicle, so no word what they believe happened.
Well, temperatures are going to feel a few degrees warmer each day for the rest of the week and looking to even extend into next week. Take a look at those numbers and also our rain chances coming up.
Plus, when we come back, a gas line explosion sent flames high into the air earlier, and more fires followed as the interstate in Virginia was brought to a standstill.
Sometimes it takes more than a day to get to the truth.
The I-Team spent weeks combing through the case.
To uncover what others want to keep hidden.
Are children suffering because of this?
Yes, they are.
True investigative reporting takes time and resources.
For more than a decade now, we've been asking questions.
The News 12 I-Team, getting results, making a difference.
It actually took a news reporter to get them here.
Thank you for trusting us with your stories. News 12, on your side.
Of that, today police in Long Island wrapped up their search at the home of the Gilgo Beach murder suspect. Investigators described a massive amount of evidence. CBS's Errol Barnett reports that material was not only taken from the house, but also dug up in the backyard.
After days of painstaking searching, authorities say they've collected all they can.
We have obtained a massive amount of material, all of which has to be cataloged and analyzed, and it's going to take quite some time.
District Attorney Ray Tierney could not rule out the possibility this small home where accused killer Rex Heuermann lived with his wife and kids may have also been a crime scene. The 12-day search involved specialists in bodysuits, cadaver dogs, excavators, and ground-penetrating radar, gathering both tangible and trace evidence, which ranges from 279 guns to hair fibers, blood, and DNA. Investigators say they also found a walk-in vault with an iron door in the basement where most of the guns were found.
The cause of death with regard to the 3 victims has been categorized as homicidal violence.
Today, the DA said the house is being returned to Heuermann's wife, who along with their kids was initially forced out with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The DA says they were out of town during alleged crimes. Heumann was charged with killing 3 women, but has pleaded not guilty. He is the prime suspect in a 4th death. Also tonight, a former employee who worked with Heumann at his Manhattan office said in a New York Magazine article that he liked to hire young and petite women and once referred to a client as, quote, a target in sight.
Another standout detail, Heuermann's DNA has not yet been shared with the national database. The DA says that's because he has not yet been convicted. New York law requires before a suspect's biosignature can be entered. How a community came together after tragedy struck a family, how they helped one of their own next. And as we head to break, a live look at New York City and your winning lottery numbers.
Accounts to maximize your earnings or to protect your money.
It's a Goldilocks experience. Some heating and air conditioning contractor prices are too high. There's an extra charge for everything. Some advertised prices are too low. You know, like not real. Contact Styles Heating and Cooling, the company that is just right. Styles has been keeping area homeowners comfortable for more than 50 years. You can't trust just anyone with a truck. Styles repairs it right the first time and replaces only what can't be repaired. See us on the web at stylesair.com.
A DUI crash recently killed a mother and newly ordained reverend and left her 2 sons without any transportation. But the community came together to help that family out. Today, her 22-year-old son, who put his mechanical engineering studies on hold to take care of his brother, got a new car. Schroeder's Towing provided the 2017 Honda Accord, and the South Carolina Troopers Association covered the rest of the cost, all of the taxes. So truly making the best out of a terrible situation. So happy that the community came together to help that Saluda County family. Tonight, a U.S.